Hello everyone, Corey Mitchell here with TradeThatSwing.com, and this is your swing trading stock market outlook for the week of September 3rd. Just a reminder, it is a holiday on September 2nd for Canadian and US markets. So the market will reopen on September 3rd, Tuesday. It's been a couple weeks since I did a market update. It's a couple golf trips and been a bit of a hectic schedule. You'll also notice the background behind me moved recently, so different office, and so a bit of an adjustment for where I'm located, and getting back to a normal type schedule now. So looking into September for this week, market conditions have improved. We had a follow-through day earlier in the month. This is earlier in the week, but it was actually earlier in August. And health indicators back into positive territory. So overall, market conditions looking pretty good for swing trading. You can check out some watch lists here, the best swing trading stocks list for September. This was updated toward the later part of August and still active. It'll be updated toward the middle of the month as well. Best performing ETFs, best performing stocks, those will be updated as well pretty soon. But if you're looking for some things that have been performing really well recently, those are some lists to check out. Also, we have some longer term lists, best buy the dip stock list, buy and hold stock list, best long-term dividend stocks. These are included because when conditions improve, which they did recently earlier in August, that's the time to potentially pick up some of those trades you've been eyeing for longer term. So those ones that you really like that maybe got sold off a little bit during the market decline, when market conditions improve, we can pick those ones up. So let's get into the indices. We can see that a bunch of different indices up here. We have the NASDAQ 100 focused a little bit more on tech, the S&P 500 large cap, NYSE composite is a very broad measure of stocks, and the Russell 2000, the Canadian index, and Bitcoin. So we can see the NASDAQ 100, really strong move up. It's broken above this prior swing high, little consolidation phase here, trying to move out of it. S&P 500 near all-time highs, trying to move out of it. Russell 2000 a little bit below its prior high, but strong move up, trying to move out of consolidation phase. And the NYSE composite, basically the broadish measure of stocks, lots of different industries, lots of different size companies. It's at all-time highs, and it has broken higher. The Canadian index at all-time highs and attempting to move up out of this consolidation phase. So all the indices moving quite well at the moment, and so that makes me want to favor long exposure. Bitcoin, we can see this big kind of descending channel it's been in, and it is at the lower to mid end of the range. Nothing too exciting here, just kind of chopping around. So not my favorite market environment to be involved in. I would much prefer to see, if we get another rally up, pull back, trade the next one for the potential move. But right now we've just been chopping around. So I want to wait for a little bit more confirmation of upside movement or downside movement if we get a really strong sell-off. Let's look at the market health indicators. We can see all of them in pretty favorable territory. We talked about the S&P price action already. It's hanging out just below its high. This is the daily percentage movement of the S&P 500. And you can see volatility, low volatility is correlated with strong bull markets. High volatility is correlated with bearish markets. So we did have a period where we had some big downside days, and that was correlated with this downside period. Since then, we have recovered those losses, and we are back into a more low volatility environment. That's good for bullish price action, uptrends. This is the NYSE advanced decline line. Advancing stocks minus declining stocks is a cumulative number. It has moved to all-time highs. So there was this high correlated with this high. We have moved well above it. This high was correlated with this high. And you can see the NYSE advanced decline line has moved well above both those prior highs. That signals that the S&P 500 will likely move also to a new high. Not much of a, it's not giving us a whole lot of insight at this point because the S&P 500 is very close to its high, but this actually occurred back here, so that indicated that the S&P was going to reach a new high, and that was discussed in the prior video. So very strong indication that we are going to continue to move up at least for the next week or so, a little bit. This is up volume divided by total volume. Nothing important here. I'm looking for extreme values, either extreme high readings, 90% upside volume, meaning of all the stocks, of all the volume in all the stocks, 90% of the volume occurred in stocks moving to the upside, or extreme bearish volume, which would indicate only 10% of the volume that occurred in all stocks occurred in stocks moving to the upside. And you can see we've been in the middle of the range. So I'm just looking for extreme values up near the high of this black line or near the low of this black line. And we've been in the middle. So that's just a neutral. This is the percentage of stocks above their 50-day moving average. So 82% of all of S&P 500 stocks above their 50-day moving average, a very crude measure of stocks in uptrends. 66% of all U.S. stocks above their 50-day moving average, again, a crude measure of stocks in uptrend. And I find it much easier to make money on the long side when we have most stocks in short-term uptrends. So when this indicator is above 50, and that occurred fairly early in this up move here. So overall, the market health indicators are looking quite good. You can also look at how many setups and things that you're watching for are performing well, and you can look to your own trades to decide that. But basically, from what I've been seeing, watch lists and stocks that I've had an eye on doing very well. Sectors on the move: healthcare, financial, technology, real estate. These are the ones that tend to be clustered more toward the top of all three time frames. We have financial, best performer over the last week, best month, and it's up here near the top on the 3-month performance. Healthcare, near the top on the 1 week, near the top on the 1 month, near the top on the 3-month. Technology, not as good last week, but one of the top performers over the last 3 months, and clustered near the top of the 1-month performance. Real estate, again, a little bit up over the last week, near the middle of the pack on the 1-month performance, and top performer the last 3 months. So those are the ones we'd kind of want to keep an eye on. So gaining long exposure, this is a pretty good market environment at the moment. I still like Bitcoin bigger picture, but it needs to move out of this choppy area before I'd be really interested in it. And of course, there's always day trading the Euro USD or day trading stocks. With swing trading, we have these periods of inactivity followed by really good market conditions where we jump in. Day trading, much more fluid action generally each day. So if you kind of want a more steady income stream, day trading is potentially an opportunity to look at. Swing trading, a little bit more of this. Yeah, we're really active for a while, then we take a little break. When market conditions are good, then we're really active. So there's resources on that to check out. And so that's your swing trading stock market outlook for this week. Hope you're having a great weekend and have a good trading week out there.